Hello, God bless from Up Ministries. It's me, Dick Jr. I'm coming to you today to read you 2 Kings chapter 8. I prayed and I asked God to help me to speak with you before I started this video. And I suggest at any time you place yourself in God's Word that you pray also and ask Him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding specifically. And He's going to give them to you because He does not want us to be in the dark concerning His Word or anything to do with it. And there are a couple prayers very similar to this, one in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 16 and 17, and then one in Colossians chapter 1, verse 9. Both these prayers by Paul for their respective churches that these letters were written to, but their prayer is very similar to the one I just told you to pray. Okay? But I also suggest you take other things to God in prayer, anything really, but not just the bad stuff, take the good stuff. Thank Him for a few things, thanks for this food even. Start there, and work on praying and believing, okay? I can't make any promises on how these prayers come out, but I can promise you this: He's a prayer answering God. How can I promise that God's a prayer answering God? Because I've seen Him answer prayers, my prayers and others' prayers with my very own eyes, okay? But I also have seen what I've read in this book, and there are prayers in here just like the two that I pointed you to, and others that have been prayed and answered, okay? So I know He answers prayers. Do I know which ones He's going to answer? No. No, I don't, okay? But I do know this, and this is in this book as well. If you don't ask, you won't receive. So, I suggest that you pray. You might just find out that He answers some of your prayers. Okay? So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started here in 2 Kings chapter 8. Not too bad of a read, but lots of names. So, let's get started. Now Elisha spoke to the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying, "Arise and go with your household and sojourn wherever you can sojourn, for the Lord has called for a famine, and it will even come on the land for 7 years." So the woman arose and did according to the word of the man of God, and she went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. At the end of 7 years, the woman returned from the land of the Philistines, and she went out to appeal to the king for her house and for her field. Now the king was talking with Gehazi, the servant of the man of God, saying, "Please relate to me all the great things that Elisha has done." As he was relating to the king how he had restored to life the one who was dead, behold, the woman whose son he had restored to life appealed to the king for her house and for her field. And Gehazi said, "My lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son, whom Elisha restored to life." When the king asked the woman, she related it to him. So the king appointed for her a certain officer, saying, "Restore all that was hers, and all the produce of the field from the day that she left the land even until now." Then Elisha came to Damascus. Now Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, was sick, and it was told him, saying, "The man of God has come here." The king said to Hazael, "Take a gift in your hand and go to meet the man of God and inquire of the Lord by him, saying, Will I recover from this sickness?" So Hazael went to meet him and took a gift in his hand, even every kind of good thing of Damascus, 40 camel loads. And he came and stood before him and said, "Your son Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, has sent me to you, saying, Will I recover from this sickness?" Then Elisha said to him, "Go say to him, you will surely recover, but the Lord has shown me that he will certainly die." He fixed his gaze steadily on him until he was ashamed, and the man of God wept. Hazael said, "Why does my Lord weep?" Then he answered, "Because I know the evil that you will do to the sons of Israel. Their strongholds you will set on fire, and their young men you will kill with the sword, and their little ones you will dash in pieces, and their women with child you will rip up." Then Hazael said, "But what is your servant, who is but a dog, that he should do this great thing?" And Elisha answered, "The Lord has shown me that you will be king over Aram." So he departed from Elisha and returned to his master, who said to him, "What did Elisha say to you?" And he answered, "He told me that you would surely recover." On the following day he took the cover and dipped it in water and spread it on his face, so that he died. And Hazael became king in his place. Now, in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being then king of Judah, Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, became king. He was 32 years old and when he became king, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. He walked in the way of the kings of Israel, just as the house of Ahab had done, for the daughter of Ahab became his wife, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord. However, the Lord was not willing to destroy Judah for the sake of David his servant, which he had promised him to give a lamp to him through his sons always. In his days Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made a king over themselves. Then Joram crossed over to Zair and all his chariots with him, and he arose by night and struck the Edomites who had surrounded him and the captains of the chariots, but his army fled to their tents. So Edom revolted against Judah to this day. Then Libnah revolted at the same time. The rest of the acts of Joram and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? So Joram slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Ahaziah his son became king in his place. In the 12th year of Joram the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Ahaziah the son of Joram, king of Judah, began to reign. Ahaziah was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri, king of Israel. He walked in the way of the house of Ahab and did evil in the sight of the Lord, like the house of Ahab had done, because he was a son-in-law of the house of Ahab. Then he went with Joram, the son of Ahab, to war against Hazael, king of Aram, at Ramoth-Gilead, and the Arameans wounded Joram. So King Joram returned to be healed in Jezreel of the wounds which the Arameans had inflicted on him at Ramah when he fought against Hazael, king of Aram. Then Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Joram, the son of Ahab, in Jezreel, because he was sick. And that is all I have for 2 Kings chapter 8. Thanks for listening, and God bless.